Hello everyone, Old Casual here, back with an update on my Black Desert Online journey. As I said on my previous video, I'm going to do that what everyone recommends when you start out this game, which is to follow the main quest line. At this point I have finished the Balenos portion of it, killed quite a few mobs, learned some, or relearned some basic mechanics, which I've promptly forgotten. So I'll have to relearn once I need them, such as cooking and whatnot. And I've killed a few bosses, which was, honestly, at least in my opinion, the most interesting part, because you get to see the combat system, or take it to its full potential, or at least to the potential that you could bring it, or I could, in this part of the game. So the first boss was Red Nose. There's also Giat, King of the Goblins. And last, but definitely not least, the Phantom Knight. Now, the Phantom Knight was the hardest boss I fought up until that point. I didn't die this time, which is something that happened a few times, I guess, back when I played through this boss with the Guardian. So, enjoying playing as the Maegu a lot more than I did as the Guardian. The combat style suits me a lot more. Anyway, this boss is hard to a degree, as I was saying. Especially this last attack before it goes down. It seems, I don't know, I didn't really remember it from last time. It seems to go on forever, so you just gotta move around a lot to avoid getting hit, and drink a lot of potions, because that's what it took to keep myself alive. But it went down eventually, as you can see, and there you go. That is Balenos. As we move on to the next region called Heidel, it's important to not forget a few tips that will make our lives, well, easier. Unfortunately, I wasn't clever enough to think about that at the time to record footage of it, but to put it simply, before you leave Balenos, and Velia specifically, first sell some of the gold bars you've been getting as rewards from quests to the storage manager, I believe. Trade it for silver. Use that silver to buy better potions than the one you've been given so far. But more importantly, buy at the central market simple cron meals. Eating food helps a lot in this game. It provides strong buffs, and this meal is relatively cheap, available, and it gives you a 2-hour buff to a lot of stats. It makes killing monsters easier. It makes you faster, I believe. It gets you more XP, so that's a very good idea. You might also be wondering, why the hell am I running to Heidel instead of taking a horse? Well, because running levels up breath, which in turn increases your stamina. And it's easier to do it now at the early stages of the game than running, you know, in more dangerous places, I guess, in more dangerous regions. But still, you could take the horse. The horse needs training as well. And by now, I did, and you probably will have a horse from the season pass. You should also by now have found some way, either through an event or whatever. I don't know where I got mine. I don't remember. But a pet. You might have seen in the video that I have a little pet bunny running after me. What is the usefulness of a pet? Well, it picks up item drops for you. And that saves a lot of time, and also prevents you from, missing any items that the monsters you've been killing might have dropped, and you just, you know, didn't check everywhere. Sometimes they can be easily missed. And of course, as you enter a new region, you promptly get to work by slaughtering lesser creatures. In this case, the imps. Again, this is good practice. I mean, you're going to be grinding a lot in the game, so by doing it as part of a quest, you're kind of doing 2 jobs at once, so it's always a positive.
My older brother told me to treat.
Now, arriving at Heidel properly, the Heidel city, if you want to call it that, you're going to start getting quests that reward you with Naru gear. Naru gear is the, well, the collection of gear that we'll be getting and upgrading until the end of the season, or until your character graduates. You're going to use drops that you've been getting until this point and will continue to get, which is beginner blackstones, both for armor and weapon, to upgrade your Naru gear. It has several degrees, I guess I could call it that. But it's the quests, the main quest line is, well, they're essentially the same type of quests. You go to some place, you talk to some people, you kill a lot of mobs, and at some point you fight another boss. Now, these quests not only serve as a way for you to explore and get to know the world of BDO, they also at times serve to introduce the player to new mechanics and specific, you know, other types of gameplay that you wouldn't ordinarily put yourself into unless you were really interested to begin with. Now, the objective at this point is the same as it has been for the last couple of hours in the game. Keep fighting, keep growing as a character, leveling up, getting new gear and upgrading it. Eventually explore other facets of the game, some life skills. I've gone fishing for a couple of minutes. I wouldn't say it's entertaining, but you can leave your character to fish and go do something else. There you go. As I was saying, this is where you get the first piece of Naru gear. And as you fill up your equipment slots with equipment of this type, I'd recommend you keep upgrading the equipment at a decent pace. Don't seek to just immediately use all of your blackstones, but don't hoard them either. Just upgrade yourself to a reasonable degree to keep yourself strong enough to defeat anything that comes across your path without great difficulty. One should also remember to keep using, or rather, taking the Black Spirit quests to increase your inventory slots. They're free, they cost nothing, and it's there are a lot of items in the game, so it's important to keep expanding the inventory unless you really want to leave items behind that you could possibly trade for silver. And that's not good. You always want more silver. Although I should say at this point that I'm not an expert at video, far from it. I am relatively new and, as the name of the channel implies, sort of a casual player, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. There certainly are better people to give you advice about the game, but my idea here is more to give those of you who've never played the game uh, and that considered playing the game, but thought, man, I could never get into this. This seems really complex and deep and hard to get into. Those are the people that I want you to see this and think, you know what, it's not that hard. Even if I don't really explore the game to its fullest, I can still have fun, enjoy myself, either alone or with others. So if you've seen this and that's the thought you had in your head, then I did my job, I guess. In any case, I'm gonna stop here. Probably gonna make some more videos as I progress through the game, just to, you know, document my little journey. If you've enjoyed the video and you want to see the next steps of that journey, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, you have a great week.